American the Americas acquired a racial basis, making it impossible for slaves and their future descendants to attain equal status in society.
In other words, we had to make up reasons to justify our wrongdoing, and so we just start making up stuff out of midair. They'd less than us. They all that. That's how they justify it. That's how they justify treat. They know it was BS. They know it was BS. They've been dealing with Africans for thousands of years. They know Africans had advanced civilizations while Europe had just come out of the Middle Ages. I mean, they were just out of the squalor and death that they were involved in, and Black Plague. You know, so they had to find the reason to justify. Everybody was out for themselves, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So we as Black people, you don't know anybody any excuses for wanting your reparations. Everybody who owes you needs to be paid. They went for self. You need to go for self. Get your money.
In all of these ways, the Atlantic slave trade was an injustice on a massive scale, whose impact has continued long after its abolition.
All right. I hope you guys appreciate this. So basically what we learn in here, family, is that greed was the primary motivation for our brothers and sisters in enslavement. They manufactured wars. They justified the things that they were doing based on BS reasons. Okay, this is what we've learned. I know it's uncomfortable. This is supposed to be an uncomfortable conversation, but at the end of the day, there's no way we can undo what's happened to us as Black Americans, as Caribbean Americans, as West Indians, as Black people from South America, Brazil, Central. There's no way we can unjustify the atrocities committed against our ancestors, but we should be willing to hold all the culprits responsible and force them to pay us in a judicial proceeding. Portugal, Spain, Great Britain, France, along with Belgium and any of the other European countries involved in the slave trade are as responsible as those countries like Ghana, Togo, Benin, the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria, Uganda. All of these are also responsible. Those who inherited those countries, those governments, who inherited the wealth of those royals, who they took over from, all of them are responsible. And they're still there, along with those families. Now, here's the other thing I want to share with you. There's African Americans who own slaves in the United States. 70% of the slave owners, and here's the cold part about it, the vast majority of them were Black women. Black women own more slaves than Black men. If it was a Black slave owner, more than likely it was a Black woman. Look at the stats in South Carolina. We're going to talk about that too in the next couple of days. We're going to have a lot of uncomfortable conversations. This is what we're going to do here today. We're going to talk because we're setting up let's have a honest conversation of reparations. If you want your money, then let's talk about it. Let's have this honest conversation. If you don't want to have this conversation, we'll stop talking about reparations, period. And you know, you can't be the client who says, well, I was injured and, you know, I was in the car with my brother and he ran a red light. But I don't want to sue my brother. No. Well, then you don't want me to be your lawyer, period. Get up out of it. We sue the people at fault. We're going to sue your brother and whoever else was at fault, period. For the construction, we sue your brother, the construction of the intersection. So we sue the city. We sue everybody. You don't get to pick and choose how I go about accomplishing the goal. The goal is to make you whole again as a client, as African Americans. You don't get to pick and choose which countries I sue. You just collect your check. You say when it's enough. You say, okay, well, we got our trillions of dollars. That's enough now. That's all you get to pick and choose. You don't get to pick and choose the strategy. And that's part of the problem. You want to pick and choose. Oh, well, I don't want to sue my own brothers and sisters that make things uncomfortable at the next family get together. So what? But you don't want reparations then. You got your apology, go about your business. But for those of you who want reparations, Those African countries have culpability, and they are responsible too, and they owe you. They owe you for the harm that was committed against you as Black Americans, Caribbean Americans, those of South America, Black people from South America, Central America, whose ancestors were kidnapped from Africa and brought here. And they knew what they were doing at the time. So get your money, man. That's what we're talking about today. Get your money. And don't let anybody slide away from that responsibility. They all owe you. Okay? That's the main thing, man. But either way, I hope you guys, even though this is an uncomfortable conversation, I hope you appreciate what I'm doing here. I'm looking at it from a litigation standpoint. I'm looking at it from, let's say, and I'm going to have a group of lawyers come on here. We're going to talk about this. But the first damn thing I had to do was establish to my brothers and sisters who should be sued. I mean, that's the first thing we had to do. Everybody's responsible. Anybody who had their hand in the pot needs to be paid. You heard what the man said. After the slave, in 1807, after slavery was outlawed, the whole damn country, the nation, went bankrupt because they were basing their whole economy on slavery, stealing Black people and selling them to Europeans. You think they care what tribe you were from after a while? Hell no. They was getting anybody and everybody they could stuff on those boats. They didn't care. And you guys need to recognize that somebody don't care about you. Okay, cool. You don't care. That's cool. But you're going to pay me. And here's the thing. You can still love your brothers and sisters in Africa. Go on over there and do the return thing. Go ahead. Enjoy yourself. Go over there and, yeah. And have a good time. Go to the motherland. Enjoy it. But that still doesn't have anything. You fulfilling your heart's desire has nothing to do with you filling up your bank account with money that's owed to you in the form of reparations, whether it be money, land, citizenship, scholarships, I don't know, reservations, I don't know, whatever. But it's owed to you. However you decide to however it's paid to you, however you able to collect it, that's not the question. The question is, who owes you, right? And where are they? That's the first question. Who owes you? Where are you? Where are they? And who has standing to sue? Those are some of the things we need to talk about. Okay, that's it. Now let's not all that. Our brothers didn't know what they were doing in the motherland. They was innocent victims. They got rich. You just sound weak at this point. you just sound weak. You sound like you want to pick and choose who you suing. You sue whoever's responsible. That's all I'm saying, family. But either way, and shout out to my African brothers. I don't hold anything against you. We just want our money, and I am an advocate of Black American men, period. And I love my African brothers and my West Indian brothers and all that, but I'm an advocate of Black American men, period. That's my choice. Just like, if you go to court, you got some people who are your clients. It's not my job to look out for the other lawyer's client. I'm looking out for my client. You see what I'm saying? And my client are my brothers who can trace their ancestry back to the plantations of what is now the United States, period. And I mean, look, don't get me wrong. My biological father's a West Indian dude. My biological father's an Afro-Caribbean dude. But I'm still an advocate for Black men, Black American men specifically. So in the rank of things, my first primary client, or the person I advocate, or at least in the social aspect of it, in the court of public opinion, my first I would say the person I'm concerned, the people I'm concerned most about are Black American men. Period. Because I'm Black American. Yeah, I know. I get it. I've been to these countries before. They treat me like I'm a Black American man. So that's why I am. I've been to my father's home country. I come down here to the Dominican Republic all the time. But I'm still a Black American man. So that's who I advocate for. That's my squad. That's my team. I love my brothers in Nigeria and Ghana. And, I'm happy to see you. I like to see you in the United States. I want to see you live well and do well. But that doesn't mean your government doesn't owe us money. That doesn't mean that all of those European nations don't owe us money. We want our money. We tired of talking about reparations. We want our money. And by my assessment, we ain't got to file one big lawsuit. We can pick them off one at a time.
DennisSpurling podcast, click your mouse pad. Yeah, we out back. Hit the like, hit subscribe. Don't just hate watch, cause we outside. Let them hate watch, go and play pop. We just lay back. He don't play that. We don't play back. We don't play back. We go way back. Black men, yeah, we earn something. Tune in, gotta learn something. Uncle D podcast, bump it. Likes up, hit the sub button. Black men, yeah, we earn something. Tune in, gotta learn something. Uncle D podcast, bump it. Likes up, hit the sub button. This is DennisSpurling podcast. Don't just hate watch, hit subscribe and let them know we outside. Don't hold hate, donate. Super chat, cash app. Put something in the collection plate. Church.
I want y'all to make sure y'all hit the #1 button. And we're going to kind of get back to what we like to do over here, man. I need y'all to check in. At a certain point when it's time to check in, I need to checking in to start happening again. We got to go ahead and get this algorithm pumping.